Alpine's Hemp Company. Gummies, seltzers, syrups, and more. Treat yourself to the best.
Hello, this is the WHKY News for Wednesday, June 25th. I'm Ralph Mangum. The WHKY News is on over-the-air TV every weekday at 5:30 and 10 on channel 14.2. We are also online at WHKY.com and on our YouTube channel. In today's top stories, North Carolina Attorney General Jeff Jackson is demanding information from the software company PowerSchool about the cause of their 2024 data breach that compromised the personal information of nearly 4 million teachers, students, and parents in North Carolina. Rob Eastwood has the details.
The latest information on this case was released Tuesday by the North Carolina Department of Justice. These demands are part of Attorney General Jackson's ongoing investigation into PowerSchool. Attorney General Jackson issued a civil investigative demand, or CID, to PowerSchool that legally requires it to provide him the following information: the exact number of North Carolinians impacted by the 2024 data breach, details about PowerSchool's cybersecurity measures that were in place to protect users' personal information leading up to the breach, which security flaws may have contributed to the breach, information about PowerSchool's response and actions in the immediate aftermath, steps PowerSchool has taken to address the cybersecurity failures that contributed to the data breach and strengthen data protection methods, and PowerSchool's work to communicate with and assist consumers affected by the breach. PowerSchool sells software products used by schools across the country, including public schools across North Carolina. In December of last year, a hacker gained access to that software, potentially exposing Social Security numbers, addresses, names of minors, and medical and disciplinary information. The breach impacted more than 62 million people across the United States. Much more on this in this story at our website, WHKY.com. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
Thanks, Rob. According to a press release from Burke County Public Health, the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services has confirmed the first case of measles in the state for 2025. The case involves a child who was visiting Forsyth and Guilford counties after traveling to North Carolina from another country, where measles outbreaks have recently been reported. To protect the privacy of the individual and their family, no additional personal details will be shared. Health and Human Services is working closely with the Forsyth County and Guilford County Public Health Departments to identify potential locations and times where people may have been exposed to measles. Burke County Public Health urges all unvaccinated individuals aged 1 year and older to receive the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine. To schedule an appointment, contact the Burke County Health Department 828-764-9150. More information is posted at WHKY.com, where you'll also find a link to measles information on the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services website. Arianna Mack has the latest on a road closing in the mountains.
A Watauga County road will close for 2 days while N.C.D.M.V Department of Transportation workers replace a pipe in the area. Wilson Ridge Road was scheduled to close at 8 a.m. June 25th while crews replace the existing 18-inch pipe. The road is expected to open by 3:30 p.m. Thursday, June 26th. This new 24-inch pipe will better accommodate water flow in the area. Motorists can use Bamboo Road and Deerfield Road to bypass Wilson Ridge Road. Residents will be allowed through the work zone. For real-time travel information, visit drivenc.gov or follow N.C.D.M.V on social media. I'm Arianna Mack for WHKY News.
Thanks, Arianna. Tuesday, the State Board of Elections unanimously approved a plan to attempt to collect missing identification numbers for voters lacking them on the state's voter rolls. The goal of the three-part plan is to obtain driver's license numbers or the last 4 digits of Social Security numbers for registered North Carolina voters who lack either number in their voter records. This, state election officials believe, will bring the state into compliance with a recent North Carolina Court of Appeals order and ultimately resolve outstanding lawsuits regarding the registrations. You can read much more at WHKY.com. The North Carolina Office of the State Auditor is releasing preliminary information from its ongoing audit of the North Carolina Division of Motor Vehicles, including how staffing and personnel flexibility challenges are affecting customer experiences across the state. Preliminary results on N.C.D.M.V staffing indicate that additional driver's license examiners are necessary to meet public demand and reduce wait times at driver's license offices across the state. Flexibility in current personnel rules is necessary to allow the N.C.D.M.V to hire and retain staff more effectively. Effective strategies are necessary to fill vacancies. The N.C.D.M.V's current reliance on temporary positions creates challenges. Temporary positions are harder to fill, offer fewer benefits, and result in additional training costs due to high turnover. Of the N.C.D.M.V's 142 temporary examiner positions, 97 or 68% remain vacant, giving the N.C.D.M.V commissioner flexibility to convert temporary positions to permanent roles, and adjusting pay scales based on local labor markets may help attract and retain qualified examiners. And again, you can read much more at WHKY.com. Today's crime report includes the arrest of a Minnesota man in Burke County on charges of kidnapping and soliciting a child by computer for sex acts. In local sports, American Legion baseball, LR golf news, App State basketball news, and the latest from the Crawdads. In community focus, Sarah Killian has news from the city of Hickory, including info on the Sales Music Series and the city's fall sports programs. And Arianna has our weekly A&E bulletin board with news from the Science Center, the Summer Fair, and more. A high in the mid-90s today with some thunderstorms in the area this afternoon. We'll stay right around 90 for the rest of the week and through the weekend, with the chance of rain ranging from 25 to 45%. Starting Tuesday, we'll be back in the 80s with a pretty good chance of rain, particularly in the first half of the week. You can always find the latest forecast at WHKY.com. I'm Ralph Mangum. You're watching the WHKY News.